Alright, so, um, yeah, we're looking at Obsessed, which is a 2009 flick. Pretty much it stars, I don't know how to say his name, Idris Elba, the guy from, No Good Deed. Um, he's in the new Suicide Squad movie. I don't think he plays Deadshot, but he plays like a similar character. Um, he's in other stuff too, but he's a good actor. He played in Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance as well. Um, I don't mind him. And we have Beyoncé, who I'm not a fan of her music. Right? Really, funny enough, like the only good, really like I like the end credit song that she sings in this at the end. That's the only good song that I can tolerate of her singing. Like she has a decent voice, but like the stuff that she's putting out, like it's not. I don't get how people like it, but you know, to each their own. Um, but her I thought she did really good in this. I gotta give her credit for acting. I don't know why she doesn't do more movies instead of, music. I think she strives better at in acting than she does, music. But that's just me. And we have Ali Larter, who plays Lisa, pretty much the stalker, the obsessed woman. And she's fine in this. I thought she did decent. Um, everybody did fine in this, or decent. Um, but I mean, it's directed by Steve Shill or Shill. Uh, Written by David. I don't know how to say his last name, but I remember reading it. They were trying to do like an Alfred Hitchcock thriller type thing with this. It does. I don't see that at all in this movie. It's not a bad movie. Oh, also stick out Taylor Compton has a little scene, a role in this as a babysitter. I didn't mind this overall, even when I first saw it back when it came out. Um, it was pretty good when I first saw it. Now, when years later, it's not really. It doesn't really hit like the mark on anything. Really. I mean, there's some interesting stuff. I think they should. Really, I don't know why this is PG-13. Should have been rated R, and probably would have been able to do more stuff. But I don't know. But I mean, there's like ages out the okay, Derek, who is like the main guy, who is a successful asset manager at a big CEO building. He just got a huge promotion, and he's happy with his career and just moving into neighborhood with his wife and son, and pretty much um, a new temp worker starts to work with him, and they start hitting it off. Granted, they tried to paint his character more like a good, good moral guy. I'm not gonna cheat on my wife. But again, a chick like Ali Larter. I mean, I applaud him, but at the same time, like she tries to come on to him at the Christmas party in the bathroom. I don't know how he was able to even resist her there. Um, and then in the car she tries, and um, they didn't really do like a whole lot with. I wish they would explore like some of her character. Like they don't really like. It's mainly focused on him and Sharon, played by Beyoncé, which I get, but like we never see scenes alone with like Lisa at her house or planning to, get with Derek or whatever. She just appears places. Granted, we get why, because like she ends up kind of using this other guy to get to Derek. So, oh, and also Jerry O'Connell from Kangaroo Jack and Scream 2 is in this as like his best friend. I didn't mind Jerry O'Connell. I like Jerry O'Connell. He's pretty cool. Even his scenes were pretty cool. Well, not really cool, but I didn't mind them. But yeah, everything else in this, like, and I get what they were trying to do. Like, it's trying to be Fatal Attraction a bit, but not go full out like it's. Um, I mean, she gets him fired. Well, she sort of gets him fired. Um, she commits suicide. She tries to commit suicide at one point because he tells her there's never going to be an us, and so then she pretends to be his wife at one point to get him out of the meeting. She stalks him pretty well, and then she also even while him and because at this point they're at the hospital. Okay, so the big fault I have with his character is that he didn't tell Sharon everything. Like, he didn't tell her about what Lisa did. Granted, I know Beyonce went off on him and everything, but it's better if you come clean now and then, not worry about. But then it's like too late because then when they get to the hospital, then he has to tell her everything because then he's talking to a detective. And then, so then we have a scene with them at home and they're yelling and screaming at each other. And I was sort of on Beyonce's side, but then I was getting annoyed with her a little bit because he's trying to explain to you, and nothing happened with that girl. And although there's a scene where Lisa drugs him or roofies him, Bill Cosby's him, and I don't know how that works. Where it's the guy that's roofied. I don't get how she would like what. I'm not even gonna go there. But anyway, that's what happens to him at one point in the movie. Uh, that doesn't even really amount to anything. Um, it's just shock value, I guess, for oh, she's that crazy. No dip. Also, yeah, he gets fired or gets he gets removed from his job a bit, and Sharon wants him to get out. So then it's a montage of him visiting with his son, and then they go out to dinner, and Lisa infiltrates the house with the babysitter. She goes upstairs because she poses as one of Sharon's friends, and then they freak out. And then pretty much this movie ends with Beyonce and L.A. Larter, going at it, fighting each other. It's a pretty decent, fight scene, I guess. It was fine. I don't know if I saw a different cut of the movie. I swear, like, in my head, in a memory of mine, I swear, like, there's a point I thought either they claimed they could not find. I swear there's a line in this where they show a scene at the end where L.A. Larter falls. She supposedly is dead, but then I swear I saw. Maybe it's just me, but I swear where they pan back to that scene where she fell and the body's gone, or like they claim nobody's in the house or whatever. But I guess not. I guess that's just all made up in my head. I guess, but like pretty much it ends happily. They survive, um, and yeah, the movie's over. They move on with their lives, I guess. So, I don't know. Like this movie overall, it's not horrible. It's not bad. It's just one of those. It's really a time waster. I think this should have been rated. I think it should have been written better, more. I think we should have got more into Lisa's head, or show more scenes like her planning, or I don't know, some character stuff with her. I think would have been cool. But yeah, overall, it's a time waster. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It really helped me out. Thank you for listening, and peace and love.